evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is, good morning. All right, these fruit snacks are kicking in. I like that sugar rush. Last week it was kind of funny, and shout out my crew because everybody knows no aesthetics first, nobody else second.
Yes, sir.
So I want to warn you, I do have not a lot of bad language. I cleaned it up a lot from last time. This is the edited version, however, two had to slip to emphasize the point. It's going to be real dark, it's going to be real deep. Please forgive me ahead of time, but this is pretty much basically half of what I had for y'all. But I narrowed that down by 6 pages. It's still a little long, but I apologize. What's going to happen is I'm going to read to you what I wrote, and then at the very end, I'm going to sum it up and fill in some blanks that aren't going to be filled in because I'm not reading everything. So it's called Choose a Side. So, and this starts off with something that I always heard. This is the biggest phrase I've heard my whole entire life. You know you ain't really white, right? I mean, you just as black as us, except for like, you know, your skin just really hella light. Because, you know, that's how I was raised. So, I mean, you good up in the hood, even in the suburbs. Man, white boy, you so black to me. You can even get lips saying the N-word. But I ain't never did. I was good. See, I grew up strange, learned the game. I should change my name to Hasbro. They're like, you got a black soul, a black wife, black parents. Damn, you just missing the pigment and the afro. See, I was adopted, later on adapted to the fact that I was a little bit different in my neighborhood. See, I was raised by folks that started off great, but made bad choices, and they ended up landing them in prison. Now, I'll fill in the blanks for you all. See, my dad did a magic trick, my biological, where he disappeared 41 years ago, and I'm still waiting for his ass to reappear. See, my mom said I was too much to handle, so she went to dope, had a needle in her arm, and so she had me to find someone else that could better give me care. What folks thought was outrageous behavior was really, I'm about to cry, so please bear with me, and you know, I'm very emotional about this next part, was really me crying, okay, so what folks thought was outrageous behavior was really me crying out from my soul. See, one of my family members was extremely eager to babysit me, but they confused me with one of their hoes.
Right.
They was in their 40s getting their rocks off, molesting me from the time I was 4 to almost 10 years old. I told everybody I could, but I was just that badass little boy from the state of Illinois who lied because I'm just disobedient. When I asked and cried for pain and rape to stop, they overlooked the signs and said, I ain't gonna address that, so the guy kept on repeating it. I'm 4, I'm in a children's home, written off to the world, all because I was a grown-ass man to a pedophile who tried to put me in the place of a little girl. Life was never the same. I seen a new children's home with foster parents every other year until my parents adopted me. Now all of this ties together, how all this ties together is simple. They think long and hard about how society is and think how they treat at-risk youth. They put me in homes of low-income neighborhoods and started out what the only life I would soon would be new. I was raised by black folks in all black schools with all black people. I'm the only white dude. I was raised by hustlers, pimps, and dope boys. I learned who my folk was. If you know, you know. At the age of 12, I got my first toy. So basically, I got my first toy. It wasn't a G.I. Joe, but it had a kung fu grip. You ain't gotta be a gymnast. I'll use this 40 cal to make your whole body flip. I had that long clip. I was that boy. 20 in a row, like 4th quarter from MJ. I was LeBron I was LeBron before he was born. I was the king in my day. I grew up like this. I was raised in Chicago. They said, what you want for your birthday? My reply was very simple. I just want to wake up tomorrow. The years passed, I didn't evolve until I seen a hateful truth. It was 6 of us selling drugs. They didn't even frisk me. They let me go, but they arrested the rest of my crew. I thought it might be because God, but it started happening more often. White cops arrested all my black friends, and I wondered if it's because they missed me and they just caught them. Later on, I noticed the trend didn't stop. Lived my life in a lie. It wasn't my smooth talk, my pimped out ways. It was simply just my white privilege side. I thought white privilege didn't work for me because really, I'm black, right? But I committed a crime and confessed to it. But for some reason, they still arrested and tried the black guy. I was fierce as hell. I gotta stand for my people. And then, but now the community I was raised in didn't see me as equal. They said I was a snitch and I sold out the black dude I was friends with. I was like, wait, I mean, I look white, but I'm really a black man. Remember you said that at the very beginning. As my eyes opened to the truth of how this world was really made, the world I knew and loved was a small section of a really big world that's really honestly fueled by hate. I didn't avoid prison by luck. I didn't get too slick for the cop's spotlight. I made it by one advantage I had over all of my people. Plain and simple, it was only because my skin was white. As time went by, I tried to shed off my childhood as a victim of racial appropriation. The past few years have been the hardest due to the racial tension and trying to make my family a victim of segregation. Black folks came, I worship Trump because of my skin tone. White folks say I love God and my actions, by my actions and who my friends be. I'm still good in the hood until the other white cop kills another innocent black man. Now I gotta be the enemy. I realized I got places in my life that my wife could never get in. She got a GED. She got a degree. I got a GED. She's a realtor. I'm a salesman, but the difference is I got pale white flesh and she got that ebony goddess skin that will never crack. She got that sweet tasting Hershey chocolate crack, so delicious cocoa butter skin, that beautiful black tone. Yes, this year is shitty. This year is shitty. I've been pulled a million ways. I protested with my black friends, but lost a lot of black friends by the way, from way back in the day, just by the way the things be. So white folks think I'm an embarrassment because they say I act black. But I act like who I am. I was raised and I don't see really like, what's wrong with that? As racial tension grows, killing seems to rise. I've been asked the same question by both races, like, why don't you pick a side? Choose a side? Do I choose white so maybe my path will be a little bit easy? Or do I choose black because it's honestly mostly what I know, it's to honor the people that raised me, and I mean, it's the way I was raised. In my mind, I don't matter. Either way, I'm gonna be fucked up. So I'm taking a real stand though. It ain't gonna be race-based. It's gonna be like this. If you got me, I got you. You swing for me, I'm gonna swing even before you. If you shoot, I'm putting holes in everybody against us. I don't care if they're white, black, rainbow up in this bitch. Now I'm gonna give you the same options. You either with us, or I'm gonna have you leaving and lying in a ditch. Make your decision. No. Let me rephrase that. How about you choose a side, you racist, segregated, division driving among us, ignorant ass bitch. My side is the middle, and I stand up for all people. And if you big and you bad, then bitch, I dare you to come fight me and move me.
Period.
Hey. So the reason that all of that sounds like, wow, we really dark, so my biological mom was a fiend. My biological dad never met him. They put me in homes because they said I was too bad. My mom couldn't handle me. It caused her to use drugs. But funny, my other two brothers never caused her to do anything bad. It is what it is. I believe that I was set apart to live a life full of hell so that later on, once I'm right, I can show people a little bit of heaven.
I know that's right.
So with that being said, my adopted mom is Tanisha. My adopted dad is Reggie. My mom was TT, my dad's nickname was Coffee because he was like dark skinned. They used to joke and say, you know, if you ever saw New Jack City, they used to say that Wesley Snipes looked light skinned compared to my dad, and it made him look like Christopher Williams, who was the pretty mother that he never liked anyway, sword through the hand. Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, God don't need damn, he can build people on water. So anyway, so back to the serious point. So the reason the whole point of this is lately, a lot of my old friends decided that they didn't like me anymore. They didn't want to hang with me anymore because it's just not a good look because of all the things that's happening in society with the police and stuff. And a lot of people that, you know, I was cool with, you know, back at work that were white, they decided that they wanted to separate from me because they said I acted too black and they were scared that I was going to end up getting them jumped or something like that. So I saw a real racial divide more in my life this year than any other year. People that were my family when I was 10 are no longer my family now that are my enemies, because they was just cool with me because of who my parents were. So literally in my life, I've had a lot of people drop off. I've had a couple of good people rise up, because I never, this year, being part of A1 with Will and Misha and all them, love y'all. C Fitness, you know what it is. We got face masks, $5, C Fitness, and all that stuff. We got you. But we got a realtor in the house, EKW. But yeah, so with that being said, they never made me feel white, they never made me feel black, they just made me feel fat, and Will said he's gonna fix that. So I love y'all, everyone. We're gonna do it dirty tonight. I'm gonna fight somebody before we leave. Y'all go. I need a shot glass, so.
Enlightenment.
With a lot.
What a walk. That kind of reminds me of Life Jennings.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can we get a rewind on what he said about the black life?
Wait. I'm here for that. I'll take that one more time. What you say about black life?
Damn, brothers, we dropping the ball.
So I basically said, I realized I got places in life that my wife can never get in. She got a degree, I got a GED. She is a realtor, I'm just a salesman. But the difference is, I got that pale white flesh, and she got that ebony goddess skin that will never crack. She got that sweet tasting Hershey skin, cocoa butter crack type, so delicious. Cocoa butter skin with that beautiful black tone. Hello, yeah, my queen got that melanin.
Hey.